Hey everybody, welcome back to Travel Rush with Ron and Deb. I'm Deb. We're camping here at Elkamp, which is a private campground located between Mineral, Washington and Mount Rainier. We had the opportunity today to sit and chat with Tom, who is one of the owners here at Elkamp. Had a great conversation with him. You're going to find him incredibly personable, very friendly, very outgoing. I hope you enjoy this conversation with him. He's going to tell you all about Elkamp and what Elkamp has to offer. I am incredibly blessed because I am sitting here with one of the owners of Elkamp, Tom. Yeah. Welcome to Travel Rush, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having us. I mean, Ron and Deb, you can't get any better than that. They've been with us for a couple of times now, so I just appreciate
loving it every time.
Yeah, thank you
absolutely
so much.
Loving it. So, you know, in our chats, we've kind of talked about how you and Brian acquired this property. Could you just tell us a little bit about that story?
Sure. So we were living in Southern California. We kind of got the travel itch, and we bought
I know that
RV.
feeling.
And so we just started traveling, and we thought, well, it was Brian. He's just really creative in his thinking like, well, since we're working for other people, maybe second half of life, why don't we work for ourselves? What, Tom, do you think of maybe purchasing a campground or looking into one? And I'm like, well, I didn't really even thought about it.
Right.
The more that we started traveling and we looked at different parks and campgrounds, we kind of got a feel of like, I think we could do this.
Wow, what a great life choice.
And you know, since living on the West Coast, as we were searching the internet, we kind of thought West Coast is where we want to stay. We were also looking for a campground that was already built, had some clientele, something we could afford.
There's always that.
There's always that. And we came across East Creek. And East Creek is the creek that splits our property in half. And the first time we came was in November for whatever reason. That's just kind of how it worked out. And,
right.
You know, it's a very different field, you know, and it was rainier and cloudier, and most of the area kind of shuts down just because of the weather and not as many travelers.
Right.
And so it kind of gave us a feeling of what it would be like in the wintertime. Well, fast forward 8 months later, we brought our RV here and stayed in that site right next to us to get a feel of what it would be like. And it was still for sale. And then I got it. And I just kind of turned to Brian and I said, okay, I think we can do this.
And it's just the two of you running the camp?
For now, but you know, we have wonderful friends and family that want to come out and help us out. I kind of tell them that all my relationships in the past 3 years are very conditional. We're like, hey, welcome. You want to come? Okay.
You need to empty some trash cans?
So in fact,
want to deliver some firewood?
Yeah. One of my sisters, her and her husband are here, and she's helping
I had the
out.
privilege of meeting her. What a sweet thing.
She is, yeah, absolutely. Just wonderful friends and family. So we also, we had a college student work for us the last couple of summers.
Oh, okay.
Very, very knowledgeable, helpful, has gone on to do other things. And I think eventually we would like to, you know, be looking maybe for a camp host, you know, as we start to develop the campground. And
very nice.
But we wanted to make sure that we knew how to run the business.
Right.
We didn't want to pass off any responsibilities that we hadn't done ourselves. And so yeah, I think eventually we'd like to have someone maybe be a camp host, maybe manage it. Well, maybe we go find
you guys go camping.
Yeah, and we go camping, right.
So tell me about the name, Elkamp.
So Elkamp just came from a feeling of, you know, we want to have people enjoy camping. We kind of want to elevate that experience by the atmosphere that we create. And when we found East Creek, we thought we love the spacing in between the RV and tent sites. The trees are phenomenal.
So beautiful.
There's a walking bridge and a big open meadow that we cut paths into. And we just wanted to give that feeling of this is not just your typical campground. We want to elevate the experience of camping.
I think you guys have done an amazing job with that. Any future plans for expanding?
Right, so we have a cabin, one of the first buildings that was on the campground, and we have kind of updated the cabin that we want to start putting into our inventory. And we also have a neighbor that owns the property next to us who has a couple of cabins that are on the property. They live in a different state, and we're starting to put that into our inventory as well.
Nice.
And they're just good friends of ours, and we want to try and connect their property to our property with different trails. So the future is, yes, we're going to have some more trails. We want to increase our inventory with some cabins. As far as the infrastructure here, we'll probably look to add a couple of sites here and there, but without compromising the feel. And that's what we don't want to do.
Yeah, I don't think you guys want to go away from that. I think you've struck gold. You know, last night coming out and just kind of looking up, I mean, it's just a different feel. I don't know that you'd want to do too much to that.
Right, and it's almost, that silence is almost deafening.
It's wonderful.
And you know, we just have the good fortune of having so many great repeat customers, and those that just want to come back just to relax.
Yeah, get away from it.
And I guess relax in the sense of just sitting in their spots, and not necessarily feeling like they have to go out and always have to hike. For us to be able to do that anymore with our jobs,
you can't do it. Well, Tom, thank you so much. And God bless you and Brian for creating this, because I know it's benefited us, and we will continue to come here as long as we absolutely can. We've told a lot of people about Elkamp, and I think we're going to tell a lot more now that we'll get to hear yours and Brian's story. Hey, Travel Rushers, welcome back. I just wanted to quickly close out my interview with Tom. I hope you all enjoyed meeting him. I just really enjoyed sitting and chatting with him. If you enjoy this kind of video, please remember to subscribe, like, and share. Tell your friends about it. Leave me a comment below, and enjoy the rush of travel.